Mm. All right. Just need a little bit of my chai. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Joi Has Questions. Obviously, I am Joy. I'm just going to shoot straight into it. Um, there have been three iconic coons in American culture as far as I'm concerned. The first was, and probably for me the most hilarious, was Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks. I thought he was so sad yet so ridiculous. Bye, Jasmine. No, that was my cousin leaving. I thought he was so sad and so ridiculous that I could do nothing but laugh at him. Like, he was delusional to the point of, like, is he for real? Like, does he need medication? He wants to be white so bad. And he served a purpose on the Boondocks, but let's be real, everybody would laugh their ass off to Uncle Ruckus and to a pimp named Slickback. The second of the iconic coons in American history would be that of Django Unchained, Samuel L. Jackson's house Negro character. The fact that he was down for the Wonder Bread, and he didn't care if he had to kick your grandma in the face and knock all her teeth out in order to prove his loyalty. Like, he would do whatever, say whatever, and he was real about his. He knew he was black, but he was just like, ain't none of you niggers about to sit here and mess up any of this that I got going on for myself. And then the third most famous coon, or perception of a coon, is literally from Harriet Beecher Stowe's I'm sorry, Harriet Beecher Stowe. I'm going to pause. I think that's the lady, but I hope I didn't just confuse the woman who wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin with the woman who sewed the American flag. That's gonna bother me. One moment, people. Okay, yes, I was right. Thank you for waiting. It was Harriet Beecher Stowe. I know my daddy was about to be like, girl, if you don't get all your history and facts and journalistic integrity together, my bad. So, yes, he was the third iconic coon. He is actually the whole reason of why the whole Uncle Tom, the coonage, personification even started. And the sad part about it, if anyone has read Uncle Tom's Cabin, he is a very, very sad, lost individual who really never had a chance in the first place. Like, the first chapter is a bunch of white plantation owners, and they're throwing shelled peanuts onto the ground, and the little black kids are like scurrying on the ground, picking them up like like animals. Like, if that don't just set the scene for the fact that he was not going to grow up to be like an astrophysicist, like, it's just, that wasn't gonna happen. So he was the third one. More recently, though, we have good old Reverend Darrell Scott, who said, let me tell y'all something. Okay, Massa Trump is calling me down from my high, lofty place in good old Ohio, another state that historically has destroyed everybody's election. I ain't forgot what happened with John Kerry. Y'all almost tried to mess us up. Like, they always go red. They always don't see it for us. The only good thing that comes out of Ohio is, like, Ohio State, the school. And even then, sometimes I'm just like, y'all doing a lot. But he brought his happy, pickaninny, cooning ass from Ohio to tell Donald Trump that he has spoken to Chicago gang members. And they said they wanted Trump to help with gun violence in the city. In all my born days, I have never, like, heard something so crazy, so ridiculous. Like, let me just do, like, basic geography. So, Illinois is, if you're looking at the map, so if you're looking at the map of the United States, it is west of Ohio. And obviously, Ohio is closer to D.C. None of that adds up to why, out of all these, so Bishop Brazier from Apostolic ain't had nothing to say. Charles Jenkins with his little crispy line from, Fellowship couldn't say nothing. Dr. Stevenson at my church. Like, nobody from Chicago has a handle on it. No one is talking to, Nine Finger Rhyme at city office or anybody trying to get answers or trying to do anything. So we click. Thank you, Jesus, for bringing us this black man who clearly had answers that every public official, religious officiant, and just community activist did not have the answers to. Praises be that we have Darrell Scott. I'm at the point now where I'm not even going to do no more videos on like racial drafting and all this other stuff. But I'm like, if you needed, sir, like if you just needed the money for the Duke, wave cream kit, you could have come to us. You could have gone to your congregation. You could have started a building fund, which is what half of y'all do. Like, you could have asked us. You ain't got to lie, Craig. Like, you could have asked us for the money. But don't you sit here and bring your raggedy, false prophesying ass to talking about our city. You don't see me in Ohio talking about y'all crime rate. You don't see me talking about the disparities and the economy and what's going on, in Ohio. And not saying that, like, clearly when something happens on a national scale, and yes, of course, we all find out about it. Like, yes, we take up the cause because I am my brother's keeper. But, sweetheart, this was not your fight. Like, this wasn't your argument. This wasn't your place. It wasn't your lane. It wasn't your moment. It was nothing. Like, this is like literally you standing up in church and somebody's in the middle of their testimony saying how they gave up crack and, hookers and cheating from taking money out their grandmama's purse. And you stand up and be like, yes, because I too, no one asked, this isn't you. Like, sit down. And that for me is why I'm just like, what we are willing to give up. You literally are willing to give up the keys to the kingdom. And so that you can sit here and perpetrate this lie. Now, I'm not claiming any sense. I am clearly not nobody's thug, trap queen, gangsta-licious boo, none of that. But I ain't no fool either. And growing up in the hood, living, surrounded by folks, and if people don't know what folks is, that's GD, animals, aka BD, like, and everybody else in between, I know for a fact, ain't none of them, or the ones that are still alive, ain't none of them Negroes going to a meeting going, okay, y'all, so do you have Darrell's direct line? Man, I called the church. I got like his secretary, but none of them are calling to figure out this problem. None of them are like, you know what, we really need to get this Ohio pastor to save Chicago. You just as bad and as dumb. Let's put this into perspective. Richard Fowler brought his ass all the way from Evanston and got shut the hell down on Fox News in the morning because the anchor was just like, bruh, you are from Evanston. You're not from Chicago. Trust me, if anyone is watching this that is not from a Chicago region, okay, it's literally, you get off at Howard. Howard is in the neighborhood that's called the Jungle, which I think is highly disrespectful because it's nothing but a deep African and Caribbean population right off there. And then you still have to take the purple line for another damn half an hour or the yellow line to get to Evanston. You ain't even like, oh man, I'm just right on the town line and I can hop over. So if we didn't accept Richard Fowler's whack ass saying, I work in Chicago once a week. He's in the state and we send him packing with that nonsense. You think we gonna put up with you and your cooning and your soft shoe, this Bojangles soft shoe you trying to do? And then he gets on there afterward and goes, oh, I misspoke. I meant former leaders. Let me tell you something right now. The great late Larry Hoover might be locked down in Arizona, but it ain't nothing to get a call. Like, if people really wanted to find out, we could call and be like, so, Mr. Hoover, somebody has been false flagging on your name, we presume. Can you clarify if you think that he needs to fix crime or basically help fix the gang issue in Chicago? I hope they run him for all his Docker jeans. I hope they take all his little, cufflinks. And I hope I see that stuff on like 79th and Low. Like, I just hope I see it on 79th and East End. Lord, I almost said low end. Like, and yes, that's me being petty, and no, I don't want nobody robbing this man, but it makes me so sick and so upset because Trump is continuously trying to perpetuate this, and then you got your weak, raggedy, ain't been to no, I ain't seen you at the Rainbow Push prayer breakfast celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King. I literally want to call up everybody like, do y'all know him? Who cousin is this? Like, sit down and stop. You're exacerbating a situation that we already are fighting heavily against. This clown is talking about bringing tanks to Chicago. Armored tanks, my nigga. Like, tanks. Not Tank, the singer, not the one that had on, you know, the little microphone top looking wig from the New Edition movie. Not tanks, like the big armored cars, like I'm living in some developmental country. And then we got you standing here next to Omarosa with her, oh, Lord, I'm not even going, she doesn't exist. Standing next to, you know, Thomas Jefferson's concubine circle 2017, and this is what we have to deal with. I am not saying that I would not like help, but what I'm saying is I want sincere help. I want people who are actually providing real answers, not sitting there so you can get camera time, and so that you can have people draw, you know, or help you with your reach and visibility on whatever Wix or Squarespace ass website you got for your church. That's what I want to see for the sake of everyone. Don't use Chicago as your ends to your means to an end rather, so that you can sit there and make yourself look good. Cause I don't believe you not nah. I don't believe you not nah second. You're lying, you're false, and your eternal portion will not be in the place you think it is if you keep doing this nonsense. So that is all I have to say about it. Whew. 3 Coons just became 4. Like, what's the count now at this point? Omarosa, Ben Carson, Steve Harvey, Chrisette Michelle, Kanye West. You got Darrell Scott now. That's 6. And I feel like I'm missing a couple. Oh, the CEO from Pepsi, because I'm still counting her. You a woman of color. You knew better. That's 7. We had 7. 7. And I'm just like, it's only going to get worse, but we have just got to keep up the fight. Also, I hope you all like my new setup. How does MJ look? Hi. And then, just so you all know, guys, later on this week, I'm going to do an Ask Joy segment. Now, so we have the ground rules. Treat this segment like you having a conversation with your cool auntie. You know, the one who you can tell her anything and she won't judge you like your mama. She'll still eat weed brownies with you, but you still have to show her respect because she's like your auntie. Yes, just because I'm 27, don't ask me nothing crazy like, so when did you lose your virginity? False. Not going there with nobody. No one's business. But I will be like telling more about myself because I just realized it's officially been a month on my YouTube channel. I'm so happy and excited. And I really would like to focus on talking about like a little bit more of myself. And so you all know who it is that you all are dealing with. So there will be this week a Ask Joy portion. Alrighty, that being said, let me go ahead and get my life together so I can go to this gym. I'm at 173. I'm trying to get it tight and right, get under 169 somewhere within the next 2 weeks. Bye, guys.